In the previous video, we saw that we can do soft polymodeling starting from hard polymodeling models, and then we can proceed by increasing the number of subdivisions, and we can go into digital sculpting and create more organic shapes. So with polygonal modeling, we always start with a really rough model, which is always boxy or pretty generic, and then we proceed by adding more and more details until we get to the final shape, which includes a high number of polygons. So the more we want to use deformers and modifiers, etc., so the more details we want to add, the more polygons we need to add. And then we get finally to the highest level of detail, which is basically the digital sculpting. And we can use the sculpt mode and all the different brushes. Now, again, if you're interested in digital sculpting, you can check the 3D character design video course in the channel where you can model a character, but also apparel and clothes and various tools of your character, etc., etc. So all the brushes and all the features are explained. Alternatives to this is ZBrush and Mudbox, which are really good for sculpting and painting. Now let's go back to the scene here, and we're gonna continue with the modeling. Now we saw that we have a lot of tools in the edit mode. We investigate all of them, and thanks to those we can create some really rough models, but also increase the number of subdivisions. If we increase the number of subdivisions using the Subdivide, we will maintain the shape. And then we can use the modifiers. And depending on what we use, we're gonna have different results. So for example, here, this is the object without modifiers. And if I go to add, let's go to generate. So we're gonna see a little bit of generate modifiers and the form modifiers. So in the generate, also let me show you the array, which is another way we can create copies. We saw in the previous video the spin, which is right here. It's a modeling tool, but also to do a polar array, we can use the array and change it into circle. Now, the only issue here is just to change the position of the center. So you can see here we are creating 2, but we can increase more, can create more like this. And of course, we need to copy also the pillow, but this is just to show you quickly that we have also good alternatives to modeling tools here in the modifiers. Now I want to start with this other model. And another thing we can do is we can use the mirror. So when we use the mirror, we can model symmetrical objects like this. If I extrude this, it doesn't extrude it. So it needs to have the geometry already there. So I need to extrude both. And then I have the possibility to scale it. And so move them together, or I select one, and with the mirror, I can affect both sides. And so this is a good way to keep the symmetry on. Now, another way to work with the symmetry is to use the symmetry modifier. So also let's, again, create always copies so that you can save your work and you can always maintain the original. You can always go back if you do destructive operations and non-reversible operation. So in this case, I want to like deform this totally. So one way we can do this is to go to edit mode, and I can take like one side of this, and I'm only interested in that part. Make sure you select the correct polygons. And if I push this, I can deform it. I can make like a couch out of this. And again, it's thanks to the symmetry. So let me turn the symmetry off. And let me show you another modifier, which is called mirror. So let me put this back into 0, 0, 0. As you can see, I'm going pretty fast because right now we already know all the tools right here. We are just experimenting with more features. So one thing I would do is divide this into a half. So I'm going to go back to edit mode and make a loop cut exactly in the center. And then I'm going to select the faces and delete all these parts right here. So press X to delete the faces on one side. There you go. Delete faces and delete faces. Make sure you delete all of them. So you can see here we have one side, and you can see I've intentionally put this in the middle, so it's going to be easier now to add another modifier. So this other modifier is called mirror, and it's going to be right here. Okay, so you can mirror on more side, and you can decide if you want to clip the part that is going to go beyond the axis of the mirroring. And you can also decide if you want to merge. Merge means that you're going to merge vertices together, and that's perfect for the center. But here you can see we are like mirroring too much. We only need the mirror on the epsilon. And also we clip and we merge the points that are in the middle so that everything is nice and soldered. Okay, so that's another way. And right now, if I go into edit mode, you will see only half of the object. So if I start to push things around here, it's only gonna affect, well, you can see it's gonna affect both sides because we are mirroring. So once you have decided what the overall shape of your object will be in a hard poly fashion or low poly fashion, then you can proceed with other modifications and adding details. For example, with the bevel, we can add these details. So in the corners, we can make the corners less sharp, and we can make it chamfered. We can increase the number of segments and make it smoother until we reach the limit. So this could be another alternative to our initial design. So first thing we can do is bevel. And I'm just gonna intentionally decrease the bevel to something less. So let me do like, this is 10 centimeters. Let's make it like 1 centimeter. So you can see it stays a bit edgy, but not too much. We kind of rounded the corners a little bit, or we can make it like a really strong bevel. So depending on the final effect that we want to have, do we want something more rigid or more soft? So we can adjust the bevel a little bit. And then we have here, let me just make a copy. We can add other modifiers. For example, we can add the subdivision surface. Now, subdivision surface will make everything way smoother. So you can see the difference between using bevel, using the subdivisions modifier. We need to increase the number of segments, but you can see everything is quite smooth, too smooth probably. So to fix this, we may add a bevel, which is going to make the smoothing effect less strong. So you can see it's adding like some reinforced part. So depending on how you use these modifiers, you have different outcomes, and you can turn them on and off until they are applied. Once you apply a modifier, that's non-reversible. So this is why it's good to create copies like this while you are experimenting on the final shape. And so create copies and just work on the copy. So another possibility, just gonna keep the mirror and delete the bevel and the subdivision. Another possibility is we saw the decimate, which is to decrease the number of polygons, and then we have multi-resolution. Multi-resolution will be similar to the subdivision surface, but it's going to create levels. So if I create, let's say, 3 levels, I will be able to go back and forward like this. So I can create sculpting levels, render levels here, and level in the viewports. So it's similar to ZBrush when you can increase and decrease the number of levels, and also in Mudbox we have something similar. So you can sculpt, for example, like bigger details on level 1 and then smaller and smaller details in level 3. Level 3 would be used like for sculpting and something. So if I go here to the sculpt interface, now we can sculpt on this.